Here's a video about Infamous Festival of Blood. So this is a DLC to the Infamous 2 game. Now, a Festival of Blood, which came out around Halloween 2011. This one is pretty cool. Basically, a Cole McGrath has become a vampire, which was super cool, which was ultra cool. As a vampire, right? So this is obviously different. As a vampire, you can finally fly. So obviously, moving throughout the world is a lot easier, is a lot quicker. You also feed on, kind of civilians. You feed off of them to gain more kind of blood, and the more blood you have, the more of this fightability you can use. Festival of Blood, you still have all of those powers, right? All of those electric powers that you have, your base conduit abilities. The weird thing about this DLC I remember was you cannot access the power menu, right? So if you played Infamous 2, there's like a power menu where you can choose different powers. You have different types of grenades, rockets, zap abilities, bolts, drain abilities. This one there is none of that. So all of your base powers are set in stone. Festival of Blood, right? Being a vampire, you gain a vampire vision, right? So vampire vision, which can kind of, reveal certain secrets in the world, and there are certain enemy vampires that will disguise themselves as people, or certain secrets on the wall that you gotta find, etc. Obviously flight, so you gain, the flight ability, right? And as well a draining blood, right? Sucking out blood, and you also gain like a stake. So I kind of like this kind of stake weapon that you use to kind of stab or kill other vampires. Most of the game you are fighting vampires, right? So there's no militia, there's no ice freaks, there's none of that. It's just a vampire, right? And Cole McGrath, right? So if you're very familiar, if you're before you play this DLC, DLC has been out forever now, but when you play this DLC, it's basically if you're used to Cole McGrath from before, right? In terms of his power set, it's gonna be very easy to get into. Most of the vampires, right? There's like base level vampires, and there's like higher level vampires, and there's the main vampire enemy near the end of the game. There is cool kind of level design in that. There's cool kind of objectives in that. There's a certain kind of vampires called the Firstborn, right? If you played Witcher 3, and there's a vampires called like a Katakan. It's like some sort of, it looks like a mutated monster, right? Like a tall monster. And there's a mission like in a Festival of Blood where you have to find, you gotta track it through like your vampire vision, which is pretty cool. And also there are different collectibles. They're like kind of like these vases, right? Like of blood that kind of, the more of them that you destroy, the more vampire capacity. The more blood capacity you can carry. There's other ones too as well, right? There's like Secrets on the Wall, and it's about a Bloody Mary, right? So a Bloody Mary is like an ancient vampire, and she's the reason she bit you, and you became the vampire, a vampire. So trying to find out secrets, right? There's certain secrets. It's very easy. Follow the arrow like on the wall, right? Up in the wall, and then you eventually find the secret, right? So all in all, it's a pretty, it is a very basic game, right? There's no side missions, right? But there's kind of like side, activities that you can do right on the side, and UGC content. So there is user generated content, the online kind of, not so much online. It's like a single player online thing where people make their own missions, and other players can play them, right? So that is in this too as well. Now, Festival of Blood, it's not, it is obviously a single player DLC, and it is not long. It is not a long DLC. It is a very quick DLC. So yeah, that is Infamous 2, a Festival of Blood. Thanks for watching.